Hey cutie. Welcome back or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Laura. Hi, hello, welcome. I have my Q3 progress check-in for the 24 items I'm trying to finish in 2024. I definitely have finished way more than 24 items in 2024, but these 24 items I have sought out to finish within the year, and I still got a ways to go. And what's remaining is like some easy ones that I can like get off really quickly, but some are very challenging and I have my work cut out for me for the next 3 months. I am just going to recap my Q1 and Q2 in terms of numbers. So I finished 4 items within Q1, so January, February, March. I finished 4 items. Not great, but we had to start somewhere and, you know, slow and steady, you know, but you'd think that that would give me momentum because like, ooh, girl, you're not doing that well. Maybe pick up the pace. For Q2, it didn't. It did not. In Q2, I finished 4 items as well that are on this list. So I had a total of 8 items used up. That is not a substantial amount. That is 33%. I would be failing y'all if this was a grade in school. So I definitely had some ground to make up within the past quarter, and I feel like I actually have made a really substantial dent in the items within the past 3 months. I did end up using 7 items up within the past 3 months, by far my best month yet. I think it's because as we progress through the year, I obviously made so much progress earlier this year. So Q1 and Q2 set me up for the most success for Q3. And I just know that Q4, I'm going to knock it out of the park and like finish a good chunk of products. So now I get to tell you all about the products that are still remaining within this 24 items I want to finish up in 2024. The first item I have, and I'm making a good dent on this right now, it's the Roche-Posay Anthelios SPF Primer. I've used a good amount of this up. This is my daily SPF. When I'm going to work, I just throw this on because it's just a nice SPF step. That way I know I've done it for the day. I don't have to think about it. I'm hoping to get this done before November. Or like in November. That's my goal. Then another one that I'm so desperately hoping I can make the progress I want to in the next 3 months. But I know it's really going to be more contingent on like November, December, because this is too light for me right now. And that is this really pathetic looking package. This is the Fenty Ease Drops. I was having a hard time squeezing product out, and I also couldn't see through the packaging, and I cut it open because I'm like, there just can't be that much in here. Like, there just can't be that much. I'm squeezing and squeezing. How is there's like nothing coming out. There was a lot when I put it in here. It filled the whole tube up, and I have been making progress in it since I did this in like June, July. So in July I was here, in August I'm here, and I haven't used it more than like 3 times since August. I'll try it once every couple of weeks just to see like, is this my shade? It's never my shade. I wore it in a recent video and I was very pale in that video. I can't remember what one it was, but I was like, yeah, I still can't wear this without a ton of bronzer right now. And I made a big jump from July to August, so I feel like I could definitely make this from like a month-and-a-half standpoint. Is like pushing it. 2 months for sure I'd be able to finish this. A month and a half might be a little tight, but I think I could do it the last half of the quarter. I have been making some serious strides in this product in my end of year project pan. If you missed the update, I'll link it. But that's the Velour contour stick. No. This is the LA Girl Velvet Contour Stick, even though it's a blush stick. And this is the shade Velour. When I had originally bought this, the product was domed and like came out a good portion. And I've since gotten it down like almost flush with the packaging. There's a little tiny hump still showing, but I'll use that very quickly. I don't think I can finish it, but I can get a really good head start to like finishing this Q1 2025. That's I'm kind of just setting myself up for some products in this project for maybe next year. Just that's the way it laid out this year for me. Then I already knew the next product was going to be a challenge for me, like a big challenge for me. And it definitely is. I rolled 3 highlighters in because I am a glutton for punishment. But this is my Ofra Feelin' Myself Trio. I really just wanted this packaging out of my collection. This is a nice, these pan sizes are nice for some of my singles. And I wanted to kind of use this as like a companion travel palette for some of my other blushes and highlights. But this is my Ofra Feelin' Myself Trio. I've been focusing on this shade Rodeo Drive in that end of year project pan, but I've also been focusing on these 2 shades, Blissful and Pillow Talk, in my Pan That palette, surprisingly. I have been mixing these 2 shades in and frankening them within eyeshadow, and clearly I've frankened that concoction together, so I don't need to do it again anytime soon. But I used these 2 shades within that mixture, and I've been using those that way, but it doesn't use that much products. But again, I have been focusing on Rodeo Drive over the past month, actually more than the past month. It's been my go-to shade lately, so maybe in the past 3 months I've been really focusing on that one, and I've made a ton of progress in that already, even especially within just the past 30 days or so. So I'm really hoping I can at least finish Rodeo Drive or get very close to finishing Rodeo Drive, and then again, just setting myself up to attempt to finish the other 2 highlights at a future date. Maybe not next year. Maybe I'd like to give myself a little bit of a break, because Blissful is not a shade I like almost at all, really. It's not a highlight shade I enjoy. It's a little too cool toned. I notice it on my skin. And then Pillow Talk is just a little too icy for my complexion right now. It would be better November to like March. Like that is when I'm the most fair. So I think that would work the best then. Moving on to one that I know I'm definitely going to be able to finish this quarter. If I don't finish it this month, I'm actually going to be surprised. That's the NYX Bare With Me Setting Spray. And at the intro, we were almost all the way at the top. And then I hadn't tracked it since August. In September, we are down there. So I used a big chunk of product. I drench myself in setting spray, to be fair. So I really like to layer on the setting spray. So I do eat setting spray pretty aggressively. But I'm going to be able to finish that within the month. I know it. Obviously, we made that big of a jump. I'm definitely going to do that. No brainer. That's going to be an easy out for me. I'm very excited about that. And then I only have 2 more products left. One is going to be a big challenge, and the other is going to be a challenge. So I know these products that are left are pretty challenging, if I'm being honest. The Velour contour stick, the blushes, those are challenging. The other items pretty attainable goals, but the next 2 are not so attainable. Especially not this one. So this guy here is a lipstick I wanted to finish this year because I thought it was starting to smell off, and like every now and then I'll get a whiff and it just smells like cupcake deliciousness, and then like randomly I'll be like, I don't know if I like the smell of this anymore. It smells like cupcakes, and like 2 hours ago it smelled weird to me. So I don't know, it's a luck of the draw. I was wearing it probably is still remnants on my lips today. But this is the shade 105 in the Kiko Milano Gossamer Emotion lipsticks. They don't even make these anymore, I don't believe. And it's a pretty shade. It's a little bit deeper and more bold, even though it's a neutral, than I would tend to want to wear. But it's not in like a weird color. I struggle reaching for this for some reason. And I thought I was going to wear it mostly as a cream blush throughout the year. Figured this one or this one, I would just kind of fluctuate between the 2. But I fell in love with another lip product that I liked as a cream blush. So I was like, not using this one. And I used an Hourglass lipstick predominantly as a blush for the first half of the year. So I did not make progress in either of my cream blushes, or what I wanted to be my cream blushes this year. But that's fine. There's always, I'm setting myself up for next year to use those products if I don't finish the goals this year. That's what I'm telling myself. I'm setting myself up for success next year. Then the last product, the packaging is going to look deceiving, but this is the Dolce & Gabbana Violet Dolce Eau de Toilette. I don't have any product left in here, maybe just a tiny, tiny bit that I couldn't squirt out of this, but I put it into this little, what is this? This travel size little atomizer. This is an atomizer. So I have been mixing this Dolce & Gabbana Dolce Violet Eau de Toilette because this is way too sweet for me. This is aggressively sweet in my opinion. And I was struggling reaching for one of the Fantasy Cosmetica fragrances. The Druid one is a little too, it's not a little, it's very woodsy for me. And that's all I smell. I'm like, man, I smell like dirt and trees. And I just don't like it. It's just not for me. So I mixed the two together and I actually like that combination a little bit more. It's still not my favorite, but it's been the one I've honestly been wearing this for the past year to the office. So I am going to rejoice when I finish this. This is all that's left. I have been mixing and mixing the violet fragrance with that Fantasy Cosmetica and then other fragrances too, like I had some replica fragrances that I wasn't a fan of. I mixed them with the Dolce Violet, that kind of thing. So this has just been like my magic potion atomizer. You know, when you're a kid and you just like to mix things together. That's what this fragrance is. It's my magical concoction fragrance. And this is what I wear in the office every single day. I don't like it that much. I've never gotten someone tell me they like it. I never have someone that's told me they don't like it. I don't like it though. Vial, this is it. I've been using it this long. I can make it happen. This I should have done but by the end of the year. That's my goal. That's my hope. That's my dream, is to finish this by the end of the year, and that will be 2 fragrances completely out of my collection then. 1 too sweet, 1 too woodsy, and I will be ecstatic about that. I've been really liking more vanilla and like warm scents. Those are typically the scents that I like, more like warm ambery kind of scents. So getting these 2 out that are just really not my cup of tea is going to let me enjoy my collection. And also, I've been eyeing 2 fragrances I might just purchase. I think I'm going to purchase them. One I've wanted for years and years and years, and the other one I've wanted for years, a couple years at this point. So I think I'm just going to bite the bullet on those ones and see how I like them. But yeah, that is it for my 24 and 2024. I would love to know how you're doing in your projects this year. What items have you finished up in the past 3 months that you are super proud of? I would love to know in the comments below, and I will see you on my next video. Until then, I hope you're staying healthy, sane, and safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!